Imagine a world where your thoughts could shape your reality. A place where the words you speak to yourself have the power to uplift your spirit, boost your confidence, and bring you closer to your true self. This isn't some far-off fantasy. It's the real-world magic of positive affirmations. These simple yet powerful statements can be the key to unlocking your spiritual potential and creating the life you've always dreamed of. But how exactly do they work, and why are they so important for your spiritual growth? Let's dive in and explore the transformative world of positive affirmations. Think about the last time you had a really tough day. Maybe things didn't go your way at work, or you had an argument with a loved one. How did you talk to yourself afterwards? If you're like most people, you probably had some pretty harsh thoughts running through your mind. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. Or nothing ever goes right for me. These negative thoughts might seem harmless, but they're actually like little seeds we plant in our minds. And just like real seeds, they grow and spread, shaping how we see ourselves and the world around us. This is where positive affirmations come in. They're like planting flowers instead of weeds in the garden of your mind. When you regularly tell yourself positive things like, I am capable, I am worthy of love, or I attract good things into my life, you're creating new thought patterns. It's like you're rewiring your brain to focus on the good stuff instead of the bad. But positive affirmations aren't just about feeling good in the moment. They have a much deeper impact, especially when it comes to your spiritual journey. You see, spirituality is all about connecting with your true self, understanding your place in the universe, and growing as a person. Negative thoughts can block this connection and growth. They can make you feel small, disconnected, and stuck. Positive affirmations, on the other hand, open you up to new possibilities. They help you see your own potential and the beauty of the world around you. Think of it this way. If you believe you're unworthy of love, you might push away opportunities for deep, meaningful connections. If you tell yourself you're not creative, you might never try that art class you've been eyeing. But when you affirm your worth and your abilities, you open yourself up to new experiences and growth. You become more willing to take risks, to explore, and to connect with others and the world around you. This openness is at the heart of spiritual growth. Positive affirmations also help you stay focused on your spiritual goals. Let's say you're trying to be more mindful and present in your daily life. Repeating an affirmation like, I am present in this moment, can remind you to slow down and pay attention to the here and now. Or maybe you're working on being more compassionate. An affirmation like, I treat others with kindness and understanding can help guide your actions throughout the day. But it's not just about the big spiritual concepts. Positive affirmations can also help with the everyday challenges that can sometimes derail our spiritual practice. Feeling too stressed to meditate? An affirmation like, I make time for what's important to me can help you prioritize your spiritual practices. Struggling with self-doubt? I trust in my own wisdom and intuition can help you tap into your inner guidance. One of the most powerful things about positive affirmations is that they help you build resilience. Life isn't always easy, and even the most spiritual among us face challenges and setbacks. But when you've been regularly practicing positive affirmations, you build up a kind of emotional and spiritual immune system. Instead of getting knocked down by every little obstacle, you have the strength to bounce back. You have a well of positivity to draw from, helping you maintain your spiritual perspective even when things get tough. It's also worth noting that positive affirmations align beautifully with many spiritual teachings. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the power of our thoughts and words. They teach that what we focus on grows, and that we have the power to co-create our reality. Positive affirmations are a practical way to put these teachings into action. They're a tool for consciously choosing what we want to cultivate in our lives and in our spirits. But perhaps one of the most important reasons why positive affirmations matter is that they help us cultivate self-love and self-acceptance. Many of us are our own harshest critics. We beat ourselves up over every little mistake, and we struggle to see our own worth. This negative self-talk can be a major roadblock on our spiritual path. After all, how can we connect with the divine, with the universe, or with our higher selves if we're constantly putting ourselves down? Positive affirmations help us develop a kinder, more compassionate relationship with ourselves. When we regularly affirm our worth, our capabilities, and our inherent goodness, we start to believe it. We begin to treat ourselves with the same kindness and respect that we would offer to a dear friend. And this self-love isn't selfish, it's actually essential for our spiritual growth. When we love and accept ourselves, we're better able to love and accept others. We're more open to the beauty and wonder of the world around us. We're more willing to take the risks and face the challenges that come with spiritual growth. Now that we understand why positive affirmations are so important, let's dive into how they actually work. It might seem a bit strange at first. How can simply repeating a few positive phrases really make a difference in your life and your spiritual journey? Well, it all comes down to the incredible power of our minds and the fascinating way our brains work. Let's start with a concept called neuroplasticity. It's a big word, but the idea is pretty simple. Our brains are constantly changing and adapting based on our experiences and thoughts. Every time we think a thought or perform an action, it creates or strengthens neural pathways in our brain. It's like creating a path through a field. The more you walk that path, the more worn and easy to follow it becomes. When we have negative thoughts, we're reinforcing those negative neural pathways. It becomes easier and easier for our minds to go down those negative thought patterns. But here's the good news. We can create new positive pathways too. That's where positive affirmations come in. When we repeat positive statements to ourselves, we're literally creating new neural pathways in our brains. We're making it easier for our minds to think positive thoughts. But it's not just about creating new pathways. It's also about changing our beliefs. Our brains are always looking for evidence to support what we believe to be true. If we believe we're not good enough, our brains will find evidence to support that belief. We might focus on our mistakes or interpret neutral situations in a negative light. But when we start using positive affirmations, we're telling our brains to look for different evidence. If we affirm, "I am capable and competent," our brains will start noticing all the times when we do something well or when we overcome a challenge. This shift in focus can have a profound impact on our spiritual lives. Instead of getting caught up in negative self-talk or limiting beliefs, we become more aware of our growth, our strengths, and the positive aspects of our experiences. This awareness can deepen our spiritual practice and help us feel more connected to ourselves and the world around us. Another way that positive affirmations work is through something called cognitive restructuring. This is a fancy term for changing the way we think about things. Our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all interconnected. When we change one, it impacts the others. By consciously choosing positive thoughts through affirmations, we can influence our emotions and our actions. For example, let's say you're feeling anxious about a new spiritual practice you want to try, like meditation. You might have thoughts like, "I'm not good at this," or "I'll never be able to quiet my mind." These thoughts lead to feelings of anxiety and frustration, which might make you want to give up before you even start. But if you use an affirmation like, "I am open to new experiences and growth," it can help shift your perspective. You might feel more curious and excited about trying meditation, which makes you more likely to actually do it and stick with it. Positive affirmations also work by helping us tap into the power of the present moment. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of being present, of fully experiencing the here and now. When we use affirmations, especially if we say them out loud, we're bringing our full attention to the present moment. We're focusing our minds on positive thoughts right now rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. This present moment focus can be incredibly powerful for our spiritual growth. It helps us become more mindful, more aware of our thoughts and feelings. It can help us cultivate a sense of gratitude for what we have right now. And it can help us feel more connected to our spiritual selves and to the world around us. It's also worth noting that positive affirmations can work on a subconscious level. Our subconscious minds are incredibly powerful, influencing our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in ways we might not even be aware of. When we repeat positive affirmations, especially right before bed or first thing in the morning, when our minds are in a more receptive state, we're programming our subconscious minds with positive beliefs and expectations. This subconscious programming can have far-reaching effects on our spiritual lives. It can help us feel more confident in our spiritual practices, more open to spiritual experiences, and more aligned with our spiritual values. It can also help us overcome subconscious blocks or limiting beliefs that might be holding us back in our spiritual growth. But here's an important thing to remember. Positive affirmations aren't magic spells. They work best when combined with action and genuine belief. If you affirm, "I am fit and healthy," but continue to eat junk food and never exercise, the affirmation isn't likely to have much effect. Similarly, if you say the words but don't really believe them, their impact will be limited. That's why it's important to choose affirmations that feel authentic to you, even if they're a bit of a stretch from where you are right now. It's okay to affirm something you're working towards, as long as you can genuinely see the possibility of it being true. And it's important to take actions that align with your affirmations. If you're affirming spiritual growth, make time for spiritual practices. If you're affirming self-love, treat yourself with kindness and respect. Now that we understand why positive affirmations are so powerful and how they work, you might be wondering how to get started. The good news is that creating and using positive affirmations is pretty simple. You don't need any special equipment or training, just an open mind and a willingness to try something new. Let's start with creating your own affirmations. While there are plenty of pre-written affirmations out there, and we'll look at some examples later, creating your own can be especially powerful. When you craft an affirmation that speaks directly to your needs and desires, it can feel more authentic and meaningful. To create your own affirmations, start by thinking about areas in your life or your spiritual practice where you'd like to see growth or change. Maybe you want to be more patient or more confident in your spiritual beliefs. Maybe you want to deepen your meditation practice or be more mindful in your daily life. Whatever it is, that's a great starting point for an affirmation. Once you've identified an area for growth, try to phrase it as a positive statement in the present tense. For example, if you want to be more patient, you might say, "I am patient and calm in all situations." If you want to deepen your meditation practice, you could say, "I make time for meditation every day and enjoy the peace it brings me." It's important to keep your affirmations positive. Instead of saying, "I don't get angry easily," say, "I respond to challenges with calm and understanding." Focus on what you want, not what you don't want, and try to make your affirmations specific and personal to you. The more you can connect with the affirmation, the more powerful it will be. Now, how often should you practice your affirmations? The key here is consistency. It's better to repeat your affirmations for a few minutes every day than to do a marathon session once a week. Many people find it helpful to incorporate affirmations into their daily routine. You might say them first thing in the morning as you're getting ready for the day, or right before bed as you're winding down. You could even set a reminder on your phone to pause and repeat your affirmations a few times throughout the day. When you're saying your affirmations, try to really focus on the words and their meaning. Don't just rattle them off mindlessly. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and really feel the truth of what you're saying. Imagine how it would feel if the affirmation were already true. Let yourself experience those positive emotions. Some people find it helpful to say their affirmations out loud. There's something powerful about hearing positive words in your own voice. But if you're in a situation where speaking aloud isn't practical, silently repeating the affirmations in your mind can be just as effective. You might also want to write your affirmations down. Writing them in a journal each morning can be a great way to start your day on a positive note. Some people like to write their affirmations on sticky notes and place them around their home or workspace as reminders throughout the day. Another powerful technique is to combine your affirmations with visualization. As you say your affirmation, try to create a vivid mental picture of what it would look like if the affirmation were true. If you're affirming abundance in your life, you might visualize yourself surrounded by plenty, feeling grateful and generous. If you're affirming spiritual growth, you might picture yourself feeling peaceful and connected during meditation. It's also important to be patient with yourself as you start this practice. You might not feel a dramatic change overnight, and that's okay. Remember, you're creating new neural pathways in your brain, and that takes time. Even if you don't immediately believe the affirmations 100%, keep saying them. Over time, you'll likely start to notice shifts in your thoughts and feelings. Don't be afraid to adjust your affirmations as you go along. As you grow and change, your needs and goals might shift too. What resonated with you when you started might not feel as relevant after a few months of practice. That's perfectly normal. Check in with yourself regularly and update your affirmations as needed. One common question people have when starting with affirmations is how many they should use at once. While there's no hard and fast rule, it's generally better to focus on a few key affirmations rather than trying to cover every aspect of your life at once. You might choose 1 or 2 affirmations for your overall spiritual growth and 1 or 2 for specific areas you're working on. As you get more comfortable with the practice, you can always add more. It can also be helpful to create affirmations for different situations. You might have a set of affirmations for starting your day, another for when you're feeling stressed, and another for when you're about to start your spiritual practice. This way, you have positive thoughts ready to go whenever you need them. Remember, the goal of affirmations isn't to deny reality or pretend that everything is perfect. It's about shifting your focus to the positive, opening yourself up to new possibilities, and aligning your thoughts with your spiritual goals. It's okay to acknowledge challenges or negative feelings. In fact, some people find it helpful to use affirmations as a way to reframe negative thoughts when they come up. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," you might counter that with an affirmation like, "I am constantly growing and improving." If you're feeling disconnected from your spiritual practice, you might affirm, "I am open to deepening my spiritual connection every day." As you start your journey with positive affirmations, remember that this is a practice. Like any spiritual practice, it takes time and consistency to see results. Some days it might feel easy and natural, while other days it might feel challenging. That's all part of the process. The important thing is to keep going, to keep choosing positive thoughts and beliefs, even when it's difficult. And here's a beautiful thing about affirmations. The more you use them, the more natural they become. Over time, you might find that positive thoughts start to come to you automatically. You might catch yourself naturally reframing negative situations in a more positive light. You might find it easier to connect with your spiritual self and to see the beauty and wonder in the world around you. This is the true power of positive affirmations. They're not just words you repeat, they're tools for transforming your mind, your spirit, and ultimately, your life. By consciously choosing positive thoughts, you're setting the stage for profound spiritual growth and a deeper, more fulfilling life experience. Let's dive into one of the most important areas where positive affirmations can make a real difference: self-love. In our spiritual journey, loving ourselves isn't just a nice bonus, it's the foundation for everything else. Think about it. How can we truly connect with the divine, with the universe, or with others if we're constantly putting ourselves down? Self-love is like the soil in which our spiritual growth takes root and flourishes. But for many of us, self-love doesn't come easy. We live in a world that often teaches us to be critical of ourselves, to always strive for more, to never be satisfied with who we are. We compare ourselves to others, focus on our flaws, and forget to celebrate our own unique beauty and worth. This is where affirmations for self-love can be incredibly powerful. When we use affirmations for self-love, we're basically giving ourselves a pep talk. We're reminding ourselves of our inherent worth, our strengths, and our lovable qualities. It's like being our own best friend, cheering ourselves on and offering words of encouragement. I am worthy of love and respect just as I am. This affirmation reminds us that our worth isn't based on what we do or achieve. We're worthy of love simply because we exist. It's a powerful counter to the idea that we need to earn love or prove our worth. I love and accept myself fully, including my imperfections. This one acknowledges that we're not perfect, and that's okay. It encourages us to embrace all parts of ourselves, even the parts we might usually try to hide or change. I am my own best friend and biggest supporter. This affirmation helps shift our internal dialogue from critic to cheerleader. It reminds us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and support we'd offer a dear friend. My body is a temple, and I treat it with love and respect. This one is great for cultivating a positive body image and encouraging self-care. It reminds us to appreciate our bodies for all they do for us, rather than focusing on how they look. Using these affirmations regularly can help rewire our brains to be more loving and accepting towards ourselves. Over time, we might find that our inner critic gets quieter and our inner cheerleader gets louder. We might start to notice and appreciate our own qualities more. We might find it easier to set healthy boundaries, to take care of ourselves, and to pursue our dreams. But self-love affirmations aren't just about feeling good about ourselves. They're about creating a strong foundation for our spiritual growth. When we love and accept ourselves, we're more open to spiritual experiences. We're more willing to take risks, to be vulnerable, to connect deeply with others and with the world around us. We're more able to hear our inner wisdom and trust our intuition. Self-love also helps us be more authentic in our spiritual practice. Instead of trying to force ourselves into a mold of what we think a spiritual person should be, we can embrace our unique spiritual path. We can explore different practices and beliefs without fear of judgment from ourselves or others. Remember, Using self-love affirmations isn't about becoming egotistical or self-centered. It's about recognizing our own divine worth just as we recognize it in others. It's about treating ourselves with the same compassion and kindness that many spiritual traditions encourage us to show to all beings. As you start using self-love affirmations, be patient with yourself. If they feel uncomfortable or unbelievable at first, that's okay. Keep using them anyway. Over time, they'll start to feel more natural, and you'll start to see changes in how you think and feel about yourself. Now, let's turn our attention to another crucial aspect of our spiritual journey: inner peace. In our fast-paced, often chaotic world, finding inner peace can sometimes feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. We're bombarded with information, expectations, and responsibilities. Our minds are often racing, jumping from one thought to another, rarely settling into stillness. But inner peace isn't just a luxury. It's essential for our spiritual well-being and growth. Inner peace is that sense of calm and tranquility that exists within us, regardless of what's happening in the outside world. It's the ability to remain centered and balanced, even in the face of challenges. When we have inner peace, we're better able to connect with our spiritual selves, to hear our inner wisdom, and to experience the present moment fully. This is where affirmations for inner peace come in. These affirmations can help us cultivate a sense of calm and serenity in our minds and hearts. They remind us that peace is always available to us, that it's our natural state of being. By regularly repeating these affirmations, we're training our minds to return to this state of peace more easily and more often. I am calm and centered, regardless of what's happening around me. This affirmation reminds us that our inner state doesn't have to be dictated by external circumstances. We can choose peace, even in challenging situations. Peace flows through me with every breath I take. This one connects peace with our breath, which is always with us. It can be especially helpful when we're feeling stressed or anxious. I release all worry and embrace peace in this moment. This affirmation encourages us to let go of our concerns about the future and focus on the peace available in the present moment. I am surrounded by peace and tranquility. This one helps us shift our perception, encouraging us to notice the peaceful aspects of our environment rather than focusing on chaos or stress. Using these affirmations regularly can help create a sense of inner calm that we can tap into throughout our day. They can be especially helpful when we're facing stressful situations or when our minds are particularly busy. But affirmations for inner peace aren't just about feeling calm in the moment. They're about cultivating a deeper, more lasting sense of peace that can profoundly impact our spiritual journey. When we're at peace within ourselves, we're more open to spiritual insights and experiences. We're better able to meditate, to pray, to connect with nature or with our higher power. Inner peace also helps us navigate the challenges and questions that often come up on our spiritual path. When we're peaceful inside, we can approach these challenges with curiosity rather than fear. We can sit with uncertainty without becoming anxious. We can explore different beliefs and practices with an open mind and heart. Moreover, inner peace helps us be more present in our daily lives. Instead of constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, we can fully experience and appreciate the present moment. This presence is at the heart of many spiritual traditions and practices. As you start using affirmations for inner peace, you might find it helpful to combine them with deep breathing or meditation. You could start your day by taking a few deep breaths and repeating your chosen affirmation. Or you might use them as a focus during meditation, allowing the words to sink deeply into your consciousness. Remember, cultivating inner peace is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you feel incredibly peaceful and times when peace feels out of reach. That's okay. The goal isn't to be perfectly peaceful all the time, but to gradually increase our capacity for peace and our ability to return to it when we get off track. Now let's explore an area that can truly transform our spiritual practice and our entire life. Gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you when someone does something nice for us. It's a way of seeing the world, a perspective that recognizes and appreciates the good in our lives, both big and small. And when it comes to our spiritual growth, gratitude is like rocket fuel. It can propel us forward in amazing ways. Gratitude helps us shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. It opens our eyes to the abundance that surrounds us, even in challenging times. When we're grateful, we're more aware of the beauty in the world, more appreciative of our relationships, and more conscious of the growth opportunities in our experiences. This is where affirmations for gratitude come in. These affirmations help us cultivate and strengthen our sense of thankfulness. They remind us to look for the good in our lives and to appreciate it fully. By regularly using gratitude affirmations, we're training our minds to naturally gravitate towards thankfulness rather than complaint or dissatisfaction. I am thankful for all the blessings in my life, both big and small. This affirmation reminds us to appreciate not just the major things, but also the little joys and comforts we might usually take for granted. I find something to be grateful for in every situation. This one encourages us to look for the silver lining, even in challenging circumstances. It helps us develop resilience and a positive outlook. My heart is full of gratitude for the abundance in my life. This affirmation focuses on the feeling of abundance, reminding us that we have enough and we are enough. I am grateful for this present moment and all it contains. This one brings our attention to the here and now, helping us practice mindfulness and presence along with gratitude. Using these affirmations regularly can help shift our perspective to one of appreciation and thankfulness. We might start to notice more things to be grateful for in our daily lives. We might find ourselves complaining less and appreciating more. We might even start to see challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. But gratitude affirmations aren't just about feeling good. They can have a profound impact on our spiritual journey. When we're grateful, we're more open to the wonder and mystery of life. We're more able to see the interconnectedness of all things. We're more likely to feel a sense of awe and reverence for the world around us. Gratitude also helps us cultivate humility, which is an important quality in many spiritual traditions. When we're truly grateful, we recognize that we're not solely responsible for the good things in our lives. We acknowledge the role of others, of nature, of the divine, or of the universe in our blessings. Moreover, gratitude can help us feel more connected to others, to nature, to our higher power. When we're grateful, we're more likely to reach out to others, to express our appreciation, to give back. This sense of connection is at the heart of many spiritual practices and beliefs. Gratitude can also be a powerful antidote to negative emotions like fear, anger, or envy. When we're feeling down or struggling, focusing on what we're grateful for can help shift our mood and perspective. It doesn't necessarily make our problems disappear, but it can help us approach them with a more positive and balanced mindset. As you start using gratitude affirmations, you might find it helpful to combine them with a gratitude practice. For example, you could start or end each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for along with your affirmation, or you could keep a gratitude journal, writing down your blessings and your gratitude affirmation each day. Remember, cultivating gratitude is a practice. Some days it might come easily, while other days it might feel more challenging. That's okay. The goal isn't to force yourself to feel grateful when you don't, but to gradually train your mind to notice and appreciate the good in your life. As you continue with your gratitude affirmations, you might start to notice changes in how you see the world. You might find yourself naturally noticing more things to be thankful for. You might feel a greater sense of contentment and peace. You might even find that more good things seem to come into your life, not because you're suddenly luckier, but because you're more aware of and appreciative of the good that was always there. Gratitude can truly be a game changer in our spiritual lives. It can help us feel more connected, more aware, more present, and more at peace. By using gratitude affirmations regularly, we're not just saying words, we're cultivating a grateful heart and a thankful spirit. And that can lead us to a richer, more meaningful spiritual journey. As we continue our journey through the world of positive affirmations, let's focus on an area that's at the heart of our discussion: spiritual growth. Spiritual growth is about expanding our consciousness, deepening our connection with ourselves and the world around us, and moving towards a greater understanding of life's big questions. It's a journey that's unique for each of us, but one that can be powerfully supported by the use of affirmations. Affirmations for spiritual growth can help us stay focused on our spiritual path even when life gets busy or challenging. They can remind us of our spiritual goals and values, encourage us to maintain our practices, and open us up to new insights and experiences. These affirmations can be like signposts on our spiritual journey, guiding us forward and reminding us of the direction we want to go. I am open to spiritual growth and new insights every day. This affirmation keeps us receptive to spiritual experiences and learnings in our daily life. It reminds us that growth can happen in unexpected moments. I trust in my spiritual journey and embrace each step along the path. This one encourages patience and trust in the process of spiritual growth. It reminds us that every experience, even challenging ones, can contribute to our spiritual development. My connection to the divine universe grows stronger each day. This affirmation focuses on strengthening our spiritual connection, whatever form that takes for us personally. I am aligned with my highest self and true purpose. This one helps us stay connected with our deeper spiritual goals and sense of purpose. Using these affirmations regularly can help keep us motivated and inspired on our spiritual path. They can remind us to make time for our spiritual practices, to look for the spiritual lessons in our everyday experiences, and to stay open to growth and change. But affirmations for spiritual growth aren't just about maintaining our existing practices. They can also help us expand our spiritual horizons. By affirming our openness to new insights and experiences, we're creating a mindset that's ready to explore new spiritual ideas, practices, or traditions. We're telling ourselves that we're ready to grow beyond our current understanding. These affirmations can also help us navigate the challenges that often come with spiritual growth. The spiritual journey isn't always smooth or easy. We might face doubts, fears, or periods of feeling stuck or disconnected. During these times, affirmations can be like a lifeline, reminding us of our commitment to growth and our ability to overcome obstacles. Moreover, affirmations for spiritual growth can help us integrate our spiritual life with our everyday life. They remind us that spirituality isn't just about what we do during meditation or prayer, but about how we live each moment. They can help us bring our spiritual values and insights into our relationships, our work, and our daily decisions. As you use these affirmations, remember that spiritual growth is a personal journey. Choose affirmations that resonate with your personal beliefs and goals. You might even want to create your own affirmations that reflect your unique spiritual path. Now that we've explored different types of affirmations, let's talk about how to make them a consistent part of your life. After all, the real power of affirmations comes from regular, sustained practice. It's not about saying them once and expecting miracles. It's about gradually rewiring your thought patterns over time. The key to making affirmations a daily habit is to integrate them into your existing routines. This makes it easier to remember and stick with the practice. Here are some ideas for incorporating affirmations into your day. Morning routine: start your day with affirmations. You could say them while you're brushing your teeth, making your bed, or enjoying your morning coffee. This sets a positive tone for the day ahead. Commute time. If you commute to work, use this time for your affirmations. Whether you're driving, walking, or taking public transport, you can silently repeat your affirmations. Before meals. Take a moment before each meal to say an affirmation. This can be especially powerful for gratitude affirmations. During exercise, if you exercise regularly, incorporate your affirmations into your workout routine. You could repeat them in rhythm with your steps, while running, or between sets at the gym. Bedtime routine: end your day with affirmations. This can help you go to sleep in a positive state of mind. Remember, consistency is more important than length. It's better to spend a few minutes each day on your affirmations than to have long sessions sporadically. Start small. Even just 1 or 2 minutes a day can make a difference. It can also be helpful to write your affirmations down. You could keep them in a journal, on sticky notes around your house, or as reminders on your phone. Seeing your affirmations regularly can reinforce them throughout the day. Another powerful technique is to combine your affirmations with visualization. As you say your affirmation, take a moment to vividly imagine it as true. Feel the emotions associated with it. This can help make the affirmation more impactful and real to your subconscious mind. Don't be discouraged if you miss a day or if the affirmations don't feel true at first. Like any habit, it takes time to establish. Be patient and kind with yourself. If you forget one day, simply start again the next. The goal is progress, not perfection. As you make affirmations a daily habit, you might want to periodically review and update them. As you grow and change, your needs and goals might shift. Keep your affirmations relevant to your current spiritual journey. We've journeyed through the transformative world of positive affirmations, exploring how these simple yet powerful statements can revolutionize our spiritual lives. From cultivating self-love and inner peace to fostering gratitude and accelerating our spiritual growth, affirmations offer us a practical tool for shaping our thoughts, emotions, and ultimately, our reality. Remember, the power of affirmations lies not in magical thinking, but in their ability to gradually reshape our mental landscape. They work by harnessing the incredible plasticity of our brains, creating new neural pathways that support positive thinking and spiritual growth. With consistent practice, these new thought patterns can become our default mode, influencing how we see ourselves, others, and the world around us. We've seen how affirmations can support different aspects of our spiritual journey. Self-love affirmations help us build a strong foundation of self-acceptance and worth, essential for deeper spiritual connection. Affirmations for inner peace help us cultivate a sense of calm and centeredness, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace. Gratitude affirmations open our eyes to the abundance in our lives, fostering a sense of wonder and appreciation. And affirmations for spiritual growth keep us focused on our path, encouraging us to expand our consciousness and deepen our spiritual understanding. As you embark on or continue your journey with affirmations, remember that this is a personal practice. Choose affirmations that resonate with you, that feel authentic and meaningful to your unique spiritual path. Don't be afraid to create your own affirmations that speak directly to your needs and aspirations. Making affirmations a daily habit is key to experiencing their full benefits. By integrating them into your existing routines, you make it easier to maintain the practice consistently. Whether it's starting your day with affirmations, using them during your commute, or making them part of your bedtime routine, find ways to weave them seamlessly into your daily life. Be patient with yourself as you develop this practice. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, you'll likely start to notice shifts in your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. You might find yourself naturally focusing more on the positive, feeling more at peace, or approaching challenges with greater resilience. Remember, affirmations are not about denying reality or pretending everything is perfect. They're about consciously choosing where to focus our attention and energy. They're about programming our minds for positivity, growth, and spiritual awakening. As you continue on your spiritual journey, let affirmations be a supportive tool, a daily reminder of your inherent worth, your capacity for growth, and your connection to something greater than yourself. Let them be a beacon of positivity in your life, guiding you towards greater self-love, peace, gratitude, and spiritual evolution. In the grand tapestry of spiritual practices, affirmations might seem simple, but their impact can be profound. They have the power to transform not just our thoughts, but our entire experience of life. So embrace this practice with an open heart and mind. Speak your truth, affirm your worth, and watch as your spiritual life blossoms in beautiful and unexpected ways. Your journey with affirmations is just beginning. Each day brings a new opportunity to shape your thoughts, to choose love over fear, peace over turmoil, gratitude over dissatisfaction. With every affirmation you speak, you're not just saying words, you're actively participating in your own spiritual growth and transformation. So go forth with confidence, armed with the power of positive affirmations. Speak your truth, believe in your worth, and trust in your spiritual journey. The path ahead is filled with infinite possibilities, and you have within you everything you need to walk it with grace, courage, and joy. Remember, you are worthy, you are capable, and your spiritual growth is unfolding perfectly, one affirmation at a time.